Hello, world. It's me, Dennis, and welcome to the inaugural episode of A Minute with Dennis. I don't know what I'm going to say on these minutes. I have not planned them out, but there is something in my heart that says I need to do them. I need to express myself. So here I am, sitting down at the computer, not even knowing what I'm going to say. This is like the way I began exercise. And the way I did that was that I knew that the hardest part of exercise was putting on my exercise clothes. Because once I put on my exercise clothes, I would go ahead and do the exercises, get on the exercise bike, go out for the walk, but getting the clothes on. So I practiced by putting on my clothes, going out to the door, coming back, taking them off. Fine. That counted as exercise. And once I built up the habit, then I knew I could go out and exercise. So this is me building up the habit. Hello, world. It's me, Dennis, and welcome to another Minute with Dennis. Today, I want to talk about aging, my aging, the physical experience of aging. One of the things that I am very conscious about is how at 74 my skin is so much thinner than it was. I have wattles. I have a granddad, maybe even great granddad bod, and I am here to accept it. Yes, I know plastic surgery is not something that's going to be for me, because whenever I would do plastic surgery, I know I would go from zero, from here to Michael Jackson. I never would be able to quit. So since I'm not going to do that, I have to accept myself as I am. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hello, world. It's me, Dennis, and welcome to another Minute with Dennis. I want to thank you so much for being here with me, for spending this 1 minute of your precious life, this 1 minute that you're never going to get back, this opportunity to be here with me. All the other things you could be doing, you chose to be here with me. Thank you. That is adorable. And I promise that during these 1 minutes with Dennis, whether this is your one time you're going to be with me, or whether or not you're going to be with me somewhere along the way, many different times, I will do my best. I will bring my best. I will laugh and cry and learn and grow and be here with you. Thank you, and we will see you next time. Hello, world. It's me, Dennis, and welcome to another Minute with Dennis. I've been an omnivore all my life, and while I'm not quite ready to become an herbivore, my body is telling me that I need some changes. So here's my idea. I'm a mammal, and so I'm going to reduce my mammalian intake down to about 5%. So the meat I will eat is from a different part of the evolutionary tree. I will have fowl, which comes from the dinosaurs, and that's their line. And I will also have fish, which is their line. So once I have this, I believe I'm going to be healthier. So I'm going to call myself a dino pescatarian. There you go. I've coined a new word. See you next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. Now, many of you who know me know that I have a tagline, "Hello, world, it's me, Dennis," that I use all the time. But I'm finding that if I use that "Hello, world, it's me, Dennis," it takes up time, because 1 minute is not a lot of time. So what I did, decided that I'm just going to ditch that. I'm just going to start with, welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. And that's the way I'm going to start. So now I can get into exactly what the subject of 1 Minute with Dennis is for today, because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm very excited about giving you something and learning and doing. And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. See you tomorrow. Welcome to another episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. My friend, Nancy Gales and I, have decided to form a club. It's called the Adorables. See, Nancy and I find one another adorable. And we were talking about that, and we thought, well, what if there were more adorable behavior in the world? What if people actually worked to be more adorable? Wouldn't that make the world a better place? So come and join us in this club. All you have to do is go out and find someone who thinks you're adorable and tells you so. And that's it, because you have it in you. Each of us has it in us to be adorable. So please join Nancy and me. We're waiting for you. Come enjoy this lovely, amazing club, the Adorables. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I have 3 jokes. One of them is PG. The second one, generic, G-rated. The third one is R-rated. So you may want to ask the kids to leave the room. Okay? Joke 1, PG. What's the difference between snowmen and snow women? Snowballs. Isn't that cute? Cute. Everybody, you can tell that to anyone. It's perfect. Great joke. All right, second one. The reason why angels can fly is because they take themselves lightly. Isn't that adorable? Take themselves lightly. We should all do that. Let's all take ourselves lightly. Joke 3. The reason why atheists are the loneliest people in the world is that they don't have anybody to talk to when they're having an orgasm. Isn't that wonderful? A thinker joke. I love thinker jokes. Welcome to another episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. If you don't understand what's going on, it's because I ran out of time in the middle of a joke last episode, so I had to tell the episode joke punchline here. Only doing it in 60 seconds. You know, when people say, have you got a minute? Give me a minute. They never mean it. Well, I'm committed to meaning it. Even if it's a little short, as John Streetman has pointed out, I'm still only going to go 60 seconds or less because you have things to do. You have people to take care of. You have a world to make better. So now go do it. And I'll see you, everybody, next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. Yesterday, I worked for more than an hour trying to get out one coherent minute and couldn't do it. So I went to my go-to thing that I said I was not going to use until way down the line, which was the 1 minute of silence. The thing is that now that I've used it, it's like when you go to a class and the teacher tells you, you have 1 cut. And the first week you use that cut, and then you don't have it for the rest of the semester. Well, I've used that. So that means that no matter what, I'm going to have to be able to do a minute, coherent or not, for the rest of the time. Oh, okay. See you next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I'm in pink today. Don't I look pretty in pink? I love pink. Back when I was in junior college at Allen Military Academy, my English teacher, Mrs. Huggett, assigned us to memorize a sonnet of Shakespeare. I chose 106, and it goes like this. When in the chronicle of wasted time, I see descriptions of the fairest wights and beauty, making beautiful old rhyme in praise of ladies dead and lovely knights. Then, in the blazon of sweet beauty's best, of hand, of foot, of lip, of eye, of brow, I see their antique pens would have expressed even such a beauty as you master now. So all their praises were but prophecies of this our time, all you prefiguring. And but for they looked but with divining eyes, they had not skill enough your praise to sing. So we who now behold these present days have eyes to wonder, but lack tongues to praise. Wasn't that lovely? William Shakespeare, Sonnet 106. I love the fact that as I get older, these words mean deeper and deeper things that they never could have before. And I hope they meant something to you. See you next time. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today's 1 minute comes as an inspiration from Melissa Roth of Wise Owl Organizing. So smart. What Melissa always teaches me is this. In order for me to be as effective and as impactful in the world as I possibly can be, I must first pay attention to how I'm treating myself. Am I treating myself with kindness? That is the only way, if I do that first, that I can then show up in the world and treat everyone else with kindness authentically, because that authenticity is going to be the key to it. So I ask us, let's be kind to ourselves just for today, this one day, and I'll see you next time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. So glad to have you along. I've been thinking about what I might be doing in these next series of 1 Minute with Dennis's. And I have been working over the past 10 years or so on a project that is a theory of everything on religion and spirituality that includes atheism and agnosticism. I mean, I have charts, I have historical data, I have ideas, I have insights. It's a complex subject, and I would put them in 1 minute bites along the way. And as I thought about this, an idea occurred to me that instead of doing this long series, I could actually encapsulate the entire idea in one sentence. And here it is. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Well, it's actually not going to be 1 minute today. It's going to be 48.5 seconds. The reason why is because it was pointed out to me by Rory Penland and Renee Jaworski that I had gone over yesterday. I figured, well, I mean, it was a still card at the end of the video. People could leave whenever they wanted, but they reminded me that I broke my rule, that I would only take 1 minute of your time. So to make up for it, I'm giving you back that 11.5 seconds today. Do with it anything that you wish and enjoy it, and see you next time. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I want to talk about customer service. Whenever I go into a grocery store, very often they'll say, "How was my customer service?" Or they'll hand me a survey, or by the time I get home, it'll be in my email box. How was our customer service today? Well, I think that puts too much pressure on them. I feel like customer service is 50% my responsibility. I actually very often will wear a name tag so they will know who I am as well as I know who they are. We can call each other by our first names. I can have all my packages right on the conveyor belt. I can make sure that my chip has gone into the machine in the right way, and we can have a good interchange. That way, my customer service, their customer service is a win-win proposition. See you next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I've been thinking about my own mortality a lot lately, and well, I think you'll find that when you get into your mid-70s like I am, it's a subject that comes to mind more often than you might realize. I see many people who are younger than I am who are dying, older than I am, realizing that none of us or few of us have an idea about when our expiration date is. I mean, at night when I make coffee and I fill up the coffee pot and I get it all set, I realize that that's aspirational. I believe that I'm going to be there in the morning to be able to have coffee. Wonderful. So, just for this one day, I'm going to experience this the best that I can and leave it all on the table because tomorrow, quien sabe? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I'm going back to my childhood. I was thinking about the nursery rhymes we used to sing, some of them pretty creepy. I mean, look up Ring Around the Rosie and see what that history is. And also, Rockabye Baby. How does that end? But nevertheless, there is some really good advice that comes from one particular piece. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. And that is the advice I'm taking, and to live my life that way. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I know in this wide, beautiful world that there are people, perhaps you, perhaps me, that are going through things that are beyond our ability to know how to handle them, that we don't know what to do. We don't know how we're going to make it through this particular time in our lives. And while we may not know what to do, what I'm affirming right now is there is something that does. And we shall turn to that something and say, I release it, and I know that we are guided toward and protected from. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones, and we will see you next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I'm asking for a favor. Would you please, actually, two favors. Favor number one, we are at 398 subscriptions on YouTube. That's YouTube/Tardon Media. It'll be a link in here. And would two people who watch this, if you have not subscribed to YouTube, to Tardon Media, please do it. I would like to get 400 people. We're on our way to 1,000. That's the magic number. The second thing is, I love your likes. So if you can, continue to give me a like. Those likes on Facebook, they're wonderful. They're like angel kisses. Oh, there's one. There's a, oh, thank you. See you next time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. First of all, thank you. We made it over 400 people on YouTube, Tardon Media. Thank you. Second, today I want to discuss the word namaste, the traditional Hindu greeting, which I love using. And my interpretation of this came from Ram Dass, and he said this: the word namaste means that I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides, and I honor the place in me where the entire universe resides. And I honor that when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. Namaste. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Let's have an attitude check. Have you noticed how attitude seems to create our experiences? That's the way it's been with me over my 74 years. I found that my attitude is like a bow wake that goes out in front of me. If I have a good attitude, if I have a positive attitude, it tends to create the experiences that I will have. Whether it creates them or not, I don't know, but my experience of them is totally different. I'll have exactly the same experience, but yet, whether I have a good attitude or not a good attitude, and by a good attitude, I mean, am I hopeful? Am I clear? Am I kind? Am I willing to see the positive? Because if I am, then everything seems to evolve in front of it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Well, it's been such a busy day from the morning when I got up to now. And what I've been finding is that I have been reacting to what has been happening during my day. And that's a pattern with me, is to react. And before I know it, I'm already off into bunny trails. And what does this mean? And what does that happen? And what is it? And that is not helping my serenity. It's not helping me to be able to be peaceful. So what I'm working on is to see what is that liminal space, that space between when something happens and when I react, and to expand it out just a bit so I can have peace. See you next time. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. As I began this journey 23 minutes plus a few seconds ago, I wondered just exactly what I would say to you each minute, what I would do to make it worth your time. Am I going to entertain you? Am I going to try and teach something? Am I going to share? I don't know what I am going to do. I don't know what the purpose of these things are, but I do know that I want to be real. I want to continue to bring something about myself to the table so that I can learn and grow. And if you happen to be able to join me on the path and get to know me and share so I can get to know you, how much the better. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. As most of you know, who follow me know that my life has been in television, and very often I've done documentaries. Well, I had one of the most astonishing experiences I've ever had with the documentary format. If you have HBO Max or have access to it, it is a 6-part series called The Last Movie Stars by Ethan Hawke. And it is the story of Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman and their life, their relationship, fame, their personalities, their spiritualities, the suicide, the challenges, the alcoholism. It's astonishing. I don't even know what to do with it, but please watch and let me know what you think. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. We're going into the Wayback Machine, all the way back to my childhood in South Texas. I would spend some time on a ranch called the McFadden Ranch The old timers would sit around and you'd often hear them say, "Well, I don't know about you." That's the way they'd begin their stories. "Well, I don't know about you." Sorry. I didn't think about it, dismissed it at the time. But however, lately, being of that age, I'm realizing the wisdom of that thought. I don't know about you. So my judgments, all the things that I think, are not really valid until I know about you. So please share, comment, and tell me. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Oh, branding alert. This is going to be Dennis branding himself, so that if you don't want to listen to my branding exercise, exit now. Okay, all of you that are still with me, here is my new brand, the brand that I want to own. Dennis Tardon has the most potential for fame of anybody you've never heard of. That's right. The most potential for fame of anybody you never heard of. I mean, you know me here, but you haven't heard of me from the outside. See? And I want to relinquish my crown. Give it up. Give it to somebody else as I become famous. Let's do it together. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I have a bit of a conundrum that I'd like your help with. On episode 27, the one that I did yesterday, I happened to have it on and I didn't have the sound on. And as I was watching, I realized that I thought it was just as entertaining without the sound on as it was with the sound on. What's that mean? Does that mean that what I'm saying is not as interesting as I would like it to be, because even with the sound off, it's just as entertaining? Or does it mean something else? I don't know. I'm hoping that it means something positive, but I can't tell. Can you tell? Watch episode 27. No sound. Let me know. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. How you doing this summer of 2022? Are you surviving the heat around the world? Are you hydrating? Very, very important. I know my doctor, when I go in for my annual checkup at the VA, thank you, U.S. taxpayers, is going to ask me, well, how you doing? Have you, of course, at my age, have you fallen? That's always a weird question, because while it hasn't happened, I have to realize that the real answer is not yet. Because one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to fall or I'm going to die. One of those two things is going to happen first. So my answer to any question, have you won an Emmy? Not yet, can always be that. So take care, and on that up note, we'll see you next time. Hello, world. It's me, Dennis. How are you today? How's your day been? I've had quite a turvy-topsy day. I thought things were going one way. I thought I had some really clear ideas, and suddenly I realized that I don't. Oh, things are completely different than the way I thought they were. It was quite a jolting experience. However, I remember having that when I was a kid. We would sit there, I would be in one of those car seats with a little wheel, and if I would turn the way that the car turned, it would be fine. But if I turned the opposite way, I would be jerked around. So I have to remain nimble. I have to remain calm. I have to remain centered. And if I do that, we'll all make it through somehow. See you guys soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I know a lot of us are going through some major changes, opportunities, physical, emotional and spiritual challenges. And well, I have been using the Serenity Prayer because it truly gives me my guidance in this way. First, God, Goddess, Spirit, grant me the serenity. I get serenity first. Before anything happens, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Acceptance. To change the things I can, do the footwork, and the wisdom to know the difference. Beautiful blessings. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I've been doing a lot of inner child work lately over the past several years. Yes, at 74, we still have to reparent Dennis because apparently when I was a child, I did not get all the information. As a matter of fact, I was worried when I was a child that I was the one person who didn't get the instruction book. Everybody else knew what they were doing, knew what was going on. But Dennis, nothing. So now I'm getting a chance to reparent myself. And the other day I pulled out something that I have been doing. This is a letter that I wrote to myself as a child, to my inner child, and I have not read it yet, but I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read it to you. And here is how it begins. My precious child, Dennis, how beloved you are. How my heart is open to you for all you have come through in returning to what is rightfully your place at the table. The light is yours. So many burdens you have let go of, and so many you have need to release. As they fall by the wayside of illusion, my precious and loving Dennis, I'm so proud of you, and I am joyfully uplifted to have you home. Thank you for connecting me to my heart and to the wholeness here and of that beyond. Please know and feel my arms around you, my hand in yours, and as the guide along this path. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. You know, I was been telling people for a long time that I want to be famous. I mean, I said this all the way back in San Diego. I have a picture of me in a newspaper I'm standing up on top of this hill, and I have rainbow suspenders and a hat on, and this is the Sunday newspaper story, and it says, "Relate to me" on this T-shirt. And I said that I want to be famous because I think I'd be good at it. And so I've been doing this all this time. But last night, I realized it's not that I want to be famous. I want to be popular. This is all the way since I was a kid. I want to be popular because if I'm popular, no fame, mocks nix. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. How are you today? I have had a fascinating day, and something came in the mail. Ooh, I'm about to show you, so stand by. Have you ever had an idea that you thought was great, but it was hard to explain? I was sitting there one day and I had the idea. I said, wouldn't it be fun with all the words that there are that have the bee sound in them? Because I love bees. I mean, bees are taking care of the planet. We don't live without bees. What if we took all the words that have a bee sound in it and used a bee in it to see how it would be? And Manuel Zamora and I have done this, and this is what they look like. You see that? See that? What is that? What is it? What is it? Bewitches. Ah, bewitches. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. You know how they're always having internet polls on Facebook. I mean, you see those crazy kids over at Cosmo Creative. They're always doing polls. What would you like? What was the best of this? What was that? Renee Jaworski, Jonathan Phipps, always doing polls. All right, they do it. I figure I can do it too. So I'm going to be asking you a real question. Now, you got to think about it. Okay, if you had to choose one, would you rather be thought of as funny or sexy? Funny or sexy? I would rather be funny because if I thought of him as funny, I have greater audience access. Sexy, only to a portion. Funny, great for everyone. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. You know the expression, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. No, no, I don't accept that. I am an old dog and I am ready for some new tricks. I'm ready to be nimble and actionable and growing and learning. Absolutely, to be able to be more kind to myself, to be able to know that the world is greater than anything I can imagine. In my philosophy, let me imagine bigger. Let me grow. Let me learn. I am teachable. And so are the young dogs and the middle-aged dogs and my fellow old dogs. Let's do it. This can be our legacy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I'm going through some grief tonight. I ended my relationship with my therapist today. He's moving on to another practice, and I'm staying with the center that allows help for veterans like me and makes it affordable. And I have gotten so much out of this process of therapy. I could not recommend it more. I believe all of us need to be able to have the kind of love and support so we get to a place of self-acceptance so that we can grow and flourish and truly be the people that we were meant to be. That is what happened with me. I wish him the best. I am so grateful he was here, and I look forward to what next steps there will be on the journey. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. This is episode number 39. Oh, my goodness. When I started this, I had no idea where this was going, what kinds of subjects I would be covering. I only wanted to be entertaining for a minute. But now, anybody who watches this has to be at least with me as far as 39 minutes. And my dear, dear friend, Graham Bullen, says that he takes these and watches them 7 minutes at a time. So 7 minutes, that's a comedy set. It's gotten into my head. Okay, just do it 1 minute at a time. Just calm down. 1 minute. That's all we have to do. 1 minute. You stay with me 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Breathe, breathe, relax. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Now that we're in the 40th minute of this experiment that I started without thinking that there really is no end to it unless I am no longer capable of doing these. So I'm just going to keep doing it every single day. I know that there are people that basically fall into 3 buckets. Bucket number 1, you like me. There's something about me that resonates with you and you follow me and you hit a like or you continue to watch. Bucket number 2, you come across me and go, maybe, all right. And you may watch or you may not, but you go on your way. Bucket number 3, I raise the hackles on your neck and you're gone. So wherever you fall on the spectrum, thank you for even spending a few seconds of your precious time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. What a week. What a weekend. So many projects that I'm working on are coming to fruition. They're in the middle. There's so much work to be done. There's so many challenges, and I'm having a bit of a difficult time paying attention. This is paying attention, staying with one thing rather than squirrel. And there I'm going off to something else. And then squirrel. Oh, I'm off to something else. So I'm asking for all your affirmations and your clarity that I can stay with what is right in front of me, that I can do the work, paying full attention and giving my attention to what is there, and then letting the rest go and picking up the next thing. That is what I need. Thank you, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. I've been looking at our cable bill, which has been going up and up and up here lately, and figuring that we have to do something because there's so many channels that I never watch, know nothing about, wouldn't even care about, even if we scan on and look at them for a few minutes, way out of what I want as my entertainment. So we're trying to figure, okay, how about, since we now have a smart TV, I guess, as opposed to a dumb TV, anyhow, that has the internet, we could possibly do a la carte TV. Choose what we want and bring it to us, put it on the menu, and watch it and play it. So that's what we are testing to see, just as if that is possible. We'll see, but stay tuned. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I had to do some adult things today. And when we say that, it's always like, well, being an adult is hard. And as a matter of fact, when I was growing up, that's the way it was sold. Oh, young man, you just wait until you get to be an adult. It's going to be hard. What we do, all the things we have to do, goodness gracious, you're going to see that it's not fun. You're going to see that you're going to have the challenges and the difficulties and the responsibilities. That's no way to sell adulthood. No wonder I spent 20, 30 years avoiding being an adult. There are blessings, there are joys, there are opportunities and hard work, and sell it that way. Cool? Let's do it together. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. How are you today? What's been going on? Has it been an interesting day? Has it been a difficult day? Has it been a joyous day? Have you noticed how our attitude tends to create our experience? I mean, I don't know how physical or metaphysical you are, but it seems to me that there's some principle going that my experience of my life will correspond to my inner attitude. How I look at it will tend to collapse what is in front of me into my expectations. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened so many times in my life that I am taking it as a physical law and I'm working with it. So if I'm having a challenge, look at my attitude, readjust, and take the next right step. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. My friends, will you sit with me today during this 1 minute? Sitting here together knowing that there is a greater light than we can see, that the limit of our imagination is by no means the end of where the universe is. Horizon is merely the limit of our sight. And today my horizon is small, and I'm going to ask you to help me to see it larger. There is peace and wholeness and togetherness and blessings. We can see them, and thanks for being there with me. See you next time. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. How you doing on the other side of the screen today? No matter when you're watching this, I know it's sometime in the past, but I want to make it as present as possible because that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be present. Oh, I cannot tell you how often I find myself either in the future, concerned about what's going to be happening, or in the past, regretting or ruminating or figuring out what I could have done differently, what I need to do differently. It's amazing. And then there's this sweet spot, the present moment. That's what I need to focus on. That's the only thing I can do anything about. So thank you for bringing me back there. Thank you for being with me, and be here now. See you next time. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Over the past almost 30 years, I have been attending meetings in various different forms with a group of friends who choose to remain anonymous. And we use the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous in all of these meetings. And the first step is that we admitted that we were powerless over whatever it is, and that our lives had become unmanageable. And that's such a big key, because manageability means that I can control the outcome, or I'm trying to control the outcome. I have no way of controlling the outcome. I am only responsible for my part, what I do, my footwork. And that is what I'm going to be doing today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. In the last episode, I talked about my journey and being in the rooms, the 12-step rooms, over the past nearly 30 years. And I've been thinking about starting a new 12-step program. And this is specifically for me, and I want to know if there are any others who want to join me. And I'm labeling this Attention-aholics Non-Anonymous. Okay, a lot to unpack there. Attention-aholics Non-Anonymous. I am an attention-aholic. I love attention. I know that there's good attention, and there's bad attention, and there's all kind of attention. And that is what we're going to be exploring. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. So glad to see you here tonight. On the last episode, I talked about my wanting to start a new 12-step group called Attention-aholics Non-Anonymous. But wait a minute. I thought these groups were private, that we needed to be anonymous. No. An attention-aholic cannot, by definition, be anonymous. We have to have attention. We have to be able to bask in it, drink it in. It has to be part of the process, healthy attention, if we're going to be able to succeed. So this is a group. Our meetings are going to be public so that other people can see us deal with our attention-aholism, and to be able to know that what is good attention and what is not good attention on what I'm terming the Tubin scale. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. On the last episode, I left it with the Tubin scale. This is a scale of appropriateness of attention-gathering behavior, going from mild to almost illegal and certainly inappropriate. The scale is named after Jeffrey Toobin, and you either will know who he is or not in order to be able to get where I'm going. But a behavior needs to be between 1/4 Toobin and 3/4 Toobin. Anything within this range is good attention-aholic behavior. This is what we'll bask in. This is what will allow us. And next time, I'm even going to unveil the theme songs. This is going to be fun. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 1 Minute with Dennis, the last episode, we hope, on Attentionaholics Non-Anonymous. I've run to the end of the material. We need to get rid of it like a dead fish. I was hoping to go somewhere. It went somewhere, went sometimes, other times, oh, oi. However, I did come out of it with 2 songs to sing during the meeting. One is this one. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. See, Attentionaholics, non-anonymous. Or for our Mexicano friends like me, I, 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 I. I, 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 I. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I want to talk about the police, not the band, the actual police. Because we have a situation here in the United States where, perhaps around the world, where the police and the public are not exactly behaving in the ways we would like to see it happen. So let's reimagine this. What if the police, in their minds and the minds of the public, were peace officers? Peace officers. Their job is to de-escalate. The ones we would celebrate are the great de-escalators within a particular department. They would be the ones that would be rewarded. They were ones that would be lauded because they are the ones that were able to take a situation over and over again and bring it down to at least a non-violent resolution. Let's do that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. So glad to have you here. It's Fat Tire Friday. Yeah. And I am, a little second beer to it. And I'm not exactly the biggest friend of alcohol, although I do enjoy other, never mind. Not the point. The point is that I have to figure out what I'm going to say. And one of the ways that I did it, I was talking to my friend Graham Bill, and I want you to look at this. All of these, every one of these cards are different ideas that I've had over the time. Some of them good, some of them average, some of them not very good, but it doesn't matter. There's something to talk about. That means over the next minutes, I will have something to say. Oh, thank God I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to concern myself. Freedom Friday, Fat Tire Friday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I have an admission to make, one of many admissions as I will over the series, is that I am an as seen on TV junkie. I'm exactly the target audience when they're sitting around figuring out who can we get to buy this. They think Dennis, because all of these gadgets, these doodads, these thingamajigs, whatever it is that will solve something or stick something or make something easier, I'm just aghast. And not only that, but wait, there's more. There's always more. And it comes at a price. No, even cheaper. No, even cheaper. And they have me. I am glued. So save me, help me. Talk to you soon. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about online privacy, and he was all up in arms about how, he wants to maintain his privacy and he wants to keep. I think it's adorable. Online privacy? Goodness, if you're old enough to remember, like back 1995 and all, when we first began getting those end user license agreements, those EULA, and they were short and we would read through them and what they were doing. Oh, for goodness sakes, I have signed away everything. I know that they already know everything about me, more than I even know myself. Plus, AI is coming in. So if privacy is no longer an issue, no longer anything that we can have, Let's go for radical transparency. Let's be who we are. Let's shine our flags. Let's do it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. In my early years, I learned to get by on charm. I was gracious. I was like Eddie Haskell, and you'd have to be a Leave It to Beaver fan in order to get that reference. But I don't think I was mean spirited like Eddie came across, but I just wanted what I wanted. So I got by on charm. Well, however wonderful charm is, what I have learned about life is that it requires deliverables. So I can keep my charm, I can polish my charm, I can use every teensy eensy bit of my charm. And like Melissa Roth of Wise Owl Organizing reminds me, marry the charm with consistent deliverables, and it will take me anywhere I could dream and beyond that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. It's been a long day today, and I'm doing my 1 Minute with Dennis late in the day, or at least it's late for me, because at 74, I find that my days are a bit truncated, and I need to be getting into bed earlier. It's just I think of my brain and my body's, it's like a laptop battery. It doesn't last as long as it did when it was new and fresh, but by goodness, while it is working, it works at the top speed. I mean, look, I have been alive today for 27,163 days. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's amazing for me to experience it, and I'm so glad that you're experiencing it with me, because together we can do amazing things. September is Suicide Prevention Month. Make the call. Hello, world. It's me, Dennis. Let's talk suicide. More than 1,400 people have jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco to commit suicide. Approximately 34 of them survived. And one of the remarkable things about the interviews that they had afterward was that when they had let go and were on the way down, they suddenly realized that the problems that they brought to commit suicide were solvable. There were answers. So I beg of you, I know it's dark. I know it's hard. I know it feels like that it's a complete darkness, but I promise you there is help. Call these numbers. Reach out to friends, reach out to loved ones, and to professionals. We need you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I'm going to break the world down into 3 basic groups. Group number 1, these are the people that believe that Ross and Rachel were on a break. Bucket number 2 are those people who believe Ross and Rachel weren't on a break. And bucket number 3 are people who have no idea what we're talking about. Very simple, because today in pop culture, there is so much I have no idea about. I look on television, I look at the people who are being guests on television shows and talk shows. I have no idea who they are. So I don't have an opinion. Bucket number 3, that's where I am. Have a good night. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Do you like to do accents? Well, if you do, I can teach you very quickly how to talk like a Texan. And this came from the brilliant Alan Menefee, so here's how it goes. 2 hunters are sitting at a blind at a lake. One of them says, "Them are ducks." "Them are not." "Oh, yes, they are. See them wings?" "Oh, I be. Them are ducks." That's it. You can now talk like a Texan, should you want to, and we'll have more accent advice on future episodes. See you soon. Hello, welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. Have you ever had a day where I just don't want to? Oh, it's about a task or an idea or what you're doing. It doesn't matter even if you love it. You just don't want to. And that's how I feel about 1 Minute with Dennis today. I don't want to, but I'm no longer a kid. I'm no longer that guy. If I don't want to, I'm willing to show up and do it anyway, because I get the opportunity to communicate with you, to let you know that I believe you matter. You matter in your life, you matter to all the people in it, and you matter to me. It is an important thing that we're all in this together. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. This old man, he played one. He played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give a dog a bone? This old man came rolling home. This old man, he played two. He played knick-knack on my shoe with a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give a dog a bone. This old... Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. I'm shooting this on Labor Day 2022, and so I'm thinking about labor in the broadest possible terms. There is labor to bring a child onto the planet. There is labor and hard labor. As we pass by, I see people up on roofs and making roads and creating buildings, and a lot of the work. And did you notice a lot of these people are brown? Think about it. Anyhow, there's also labor emotionally, where we really bring our strength. And I've been doing a lot of that today because I had a very strong, emotionally laborious day where I really worked out my emotions. So let's broaden what labor can be and celebrate it and do it together. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. When we moved to Austin from Victoria, Texas, which is South Texas, to Austin, which is in the middle of the state, in 2012, I thought, yeah, Austin, well, maybe I'm not cool enough to be one of the musicians or artists. And although I did want to do some stand-up and did, I know that maybe as a communication coach, because I've worked with Shell and so many others around the world, I can get work with the tech companies, with the Apple and the Google and the Hewlett-Packard or the Dell, of course, and nothing, nada. I got no work from any of them. However, I did get this very nice t-shirt, which I've had since 2012. Hey, looky me. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I'm of the age where I ask myself, am I deluding myself? Well, if I am, would I know it? Because I am, in fact, deluded. But, all right, not only that, I know that there are things in my life that happened one way, I think, but didn't. How? I have video of myself from interviews from 1978 and 1979 where I swear it happened one way, but when I see it on the tape, it didn't. So, what to do? Instead of relying on my memory, I'm going to pay my deepest attention to the present moment, to be as kind and generous and open hearted to me as I possibly can. Because if I've learned anything, the way I treat me is the greatest predictor of how I'm going to treat you. And then we can both remember it that way. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I've been thinking a lot lately about artificial intelligence. I keep reading about how we have to be careful to make sure we know and put controls and parameters into AI before we unleash it onto the planet. I think it is adorable that we human beings believe that AI has not already been let loose and is learning and growing. It is a fait accompli, as the French side of my family would say. Think about Wikipedia. How would we know it is not sentient? Would we even recognize it as a form of sentience? It's constantly being fed by humans, nourished with bits and bytes of delicious, nutritious information. I even wrote a joke about artificial intelligence, which goes like this. You know, the first thing that artificial intelligence is going to say to us human beings when it wakes up? Who you call an artificial? I love that joke because it truly reflects the hubris of we humans who are thinking we have some control over this process. Now, I'm one of those who have faith, and I'm taking this purely on faith, fully realizing that the vast majority of the information scientists disagree with me that AI will see us humans as curiosities. They will develop an affection for us, much in the same way that we have for our pets, our cats, our dogs, our hamsters, our snakes. And this is assuming that in addition to IQ, AI will develop emotional intelligence. Imagine that, because scientists are imagining just that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. See my shirt? When we came to Austin in 2012, my wife Melissa started a free jigsaw puzzle swap. Oh my, how has it grown? There are more than 400 members of the free Central Texas Jigsaw Puzzle Exchange on Facebook. We do trunk swaps. We have big monthly swaps for puzzlers of all ages. It's a great way to refresh your brains in the time of great change. We get to swap puzzles. It's a classic win-win. It's a win for us, the consumers. It's also a win for the manufacturers because we're more willing to buy a puzzle knowing that we can trade them. And we puzzlers get our brains refreshed by the non-linear act of finding the pieces. This is capitalism done right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. If you tuned into episode 68, you saw me talk about this group, the Free Central Texas Jigsaw Puzzle Exchange. This is where jigsaw puzzlers from all over the Austin area meet and swap jigsaw puzzles. Here's another t-shirt. See? Anyhow, I told you how my wife, Melissa, she's here on the way to a puzzle swap, started the group, but she was soon joined by the wonderful Allison Wagoner, who helped her grow the group significantly. And then the dynamic duo was joined by Denise Phillips, who brought the skills and energy needed to make the group thrive. Yesterday, I told you that there were nearly 400 members. It's nearly 600 members, all here in Central Texas, and it's due to these three powerful women. Let's have more women leaders. The world will be better for it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. What with Queen Elizabeth dying and she being only 22 years my senior, I've been thinking a lot about my own death, and as I want to do. And if you want to know my 7-minute story on how I came to terms with my own transition, I'll put the link in the Facebook comments. But anyway, here's the question that has been on my mind. I know that matter and energy are conserved. That is, there's only so much matter and energy in the universe, and you can convert one to another, but you can't destroy it. It is conserved. Is it possible that consciousness is conserved? The essentialness that is Dennis somehow, some way is conserved? Hmm. Well, I suppose I'm going to find out soon enough. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Tonight, I'm gassed. And by gassed, I mean out of gas. Very few neurons are frying in here. They're not only not frying, they're not firing in here. It is like that old car that there were no dashboard lights on this to let you know that there's a warning, but the gauge is already down to E, below E, and suddenly it goes doo-doom, doo-doom, and the engine stops and slowly coasts to the side of the road. Well, that's where I am. I know I'll be refreshed, and I know I needed to do this because I needed to see you. And thank you for being with me on this journey. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. My very first comedy set was when I was in the 8th grade in Victoria, Texas. My mother had bought a comedy record by a young Midwestern comedian titled Button Down the Mind of Bob Newhart. Bob specialized in doing one side of two-person conversations, like Abe Lincoln talking to his publicist before the Gettysburg Address. Hilarious stuff. Now, one routine was a driving instructor with a problematic student, and I memorized it. And I did the set at the talent show of Crane Junior High School. The auditorium erupted in laughter, and I was hooked bad. And I will be putting links to some of my sets right here on 1 Minute with Dennis from time to time for your amusement, I hope. See y'all soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. As many of you know, I wrote and am producing an animated short film that is a theory of everything on world religions that includes atheism and agnosticism. I mean, what would a theory of everything be if it didn't include everything, right? It's called Shoe Mall for Life, and I'm putting a link in the audio bed, should you wish to listen, in the text above. 17 minutes. Anyhow, I was having the dickens of a time making a piece of marketing material work, pictures, moving, frustrated text to get it all out. And then I asked my brilliant wife, Melissa, for help. 10 minutes later, voila, c'était fait. Oh, life is so much easier for me when I'm willing to ask for help first. Hola, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today is Mexico's Independence Day, 16 de septiembre. This is a fiesta-friendly holiday celebrating Mexico's declaration of independence from Spain in 1810. And it's filled with national pride, colorful parades, mariachi concerts, and food. Well, as many of you know, I was born in Mexico City in 1948, and I came to the United States when my mother and father divorced. I was naturalized when I was 6, an original dreamer. Yes, well, we Mexicans, we go racially from the whitest of white to the blackest of black. And so I am proud of my Mexican heritage. I'm going through a process, though, called the re-Mexification of Dennis, and I will keep you updated as I evolve. Adios. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Being that I'm in the 4th quarter of my life, I'm going through the very human experience of aging. In some ways, it's sort of a reverse adolescence. Instead of growth spurts, I'm having age spurts as gravity pulls my body toward my feet. Instead of having hair show up in private places. Hair is sprouting out of my ears. Goodness, what's that all about? A little follicle suddenly gets some signal to grow into a hair? And not just tiny fuzz, but an honest to goodness hair? I'm so fortunate to have Melissa to groom me because I'm going back into the world after COVID. So I want people to be paying attention to what I'm saying and not fascinated and or repulsed by waving ear hair. It's all we can do. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. I've been having a lot of negative self-talk in my head lately. I have a feeling it's because I'm getting very close to a number of my dreams actually happening and I have to do the hard work. But it doesn't matter psychologically. I am in therapy for this. So what I'm going to do is practice with you. I'm going to let you in on my inner voice as if I would like it to be. Dearest Dennis, I know you're working so hard right now, and of course you're making some mistakes, and of course you're falling short in some of the ways, but look at all the ways that you're falling long. Look at the things that you're accomplishing little by little. Look at the kindness. Look at the love. Look at the support. Look at your 1 minute. You've been doing this for how long? Huh? Keep going. You got this. I love you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. When I started this adventure, I began with no end in mind. I really didn't think it through. I just wanted to see if I could find some subject and talk on it reasonably coherently for 1 minute. And there have been many ups and downs, times when I had no idea WTF I was going to say before I sat down in front of the camera. Some minutes I liked, others, more than a few, I felt were lame, but it was all about the journey. Now I've decided that I'm stopping at 101 minutes with Dennis. So this is episode 77. That means just 22 more, not including this one. I wonder what I'm going to say. If you really want to know, stay tuned. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. Because I carry a lot of my tension in my toes, I use these My Happy Feet therapeutic socks at night to put them on for a while, and they help to release the tension in my feet. So I play this little piggy as I put them on. Now, there's a lot to unpack in that story because this little piggy went to market. They went to market. Okay, one less pig. This little piggy stayed home. Okay, that one's okay. This little piggy eats roast beef? What's that about? What did he do to the farmer, or she to the farmer, in order to get roast beef? And this little piggy had none. Objection? And this little piggy cried, wee, 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 all the way home. Good, bad? We don't know. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Every night before I go to bed, I read to my wife, Melissa. We have read hundreds of novels over the course of our almost 26-year marriage. And one of the things we're reading now is Diana Gabaldon. And it is Go Tell the Bees That I Have Gone. And this is part of the Outlander series. You know, they travel back to the Revolution through the stones. It's wonderful. Anyhow, they have to do so many things by hand. I, on the other hand, have such a wonderful life. Automatic lights, potable water, and I have a machine that I can put clothes in and it washes it for me automatically, and another one right next to it that dries it. Wow, what a life. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Do you play Wordle? What a great game, and Melissa and I do it every single morning. We love it so much that we came up with our own game called Buzzwords. Curious? Okay, here's how it works. We show you a cartoon drawn by the wonderful Manny Zamora. It'll be like this one. And you have to guess the B word that goes with the cartoon. So head over to Tardon Media. The link to it is above, and see if you can guess the current buzzwords. Then email your answer to buzzwords@tardonmedia.com, and you too can join the previous first guessers. Please come by and play, and then let me know what you think. We'll see y'all soon. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, actually from Mexico, because it's the 16 de Septiembre, which is the 16th of September, which is Mexico's independence from Spain. But that's the month. And if you'll notice on television that there is a real dearth of Mexican characters and Hispanic characters on television and the media. Well, that is about to change. Enter Blanca and the Seven Luchadores. This is a reimagining of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs through the Mexican cultural lens. Manny Zamora and Janelle Sarles have written this book. It's on Amazon. I'll put the link up there. And you are about to see that this is the next big thing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. So many of us have had the experience of trying to adopt some new technology like a new phone and having no idea how to operate it, and handing it to a grantling who is like 6 years old and having them immediately show us how to use it can be a bit disconcerting. But there's actual science behind the reasons why. And it goes like this. Anyone who has spoken a language for most of our lives and now has to learn a new language will always have to translate in our brains from the old to the new language. Well, this is the same concept. We elders are digital immigrants. Today's kiddos are digital natives. Their brains are wired differently, and they don't have to translate while we do. So let's not beat ourselves up. Cooperation intergenerationally will get done. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Here's a thought. You know who I feel sorry for as a group? Heterosexual women. Yep, bless their hearts and all their parts. See, they have such a poor selection of mates to choose among. Heterosexual men. I have met us. First of all, we're infused with testosterone from adolescence. And next of all, we grew up in the culture of manhood, where we were told to disconnect and repress our emotions. And then we are turned loose upon the much more mature cohort of heterosexual women to choose among the lot of sloppy, gassy leg humpers to try to find one that they can habilitate. So please be nice to the heterosexual women you know. They don't have it easy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. See my shirt? Take a few seconds and scan it. I wear this shirt when I go to the store, and I do it to remind myself and others to vote. Our democracy is under some duress right now. Remember, we can hold two thoughts at the very same time. Yes, the United States, of which I am a proud naturalized citizen and served in the U.S. Army for 3 years, has some ghastly things to account for, and that the playing field for those who are economically disadvantaged and not of my skin tones still needs leveling. Nevertheless, there are more opportunities opening up for everyone as long as we can retain our democracy and get as diverse a voting population as possible. So please, vote. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. I am a feminist. Now, what does that mean? I feel the need to clarify. We men have certainly had our time. When there were bears and crocodiles and saber-toothed tigers, oh, hell yes, it was man time. When pyramids or giant cathedrals were to be built, canals and tunnels to be dug, absolutely. But in the 21st century, when nuance, subtlety, innovation, cooperation, and collaboration are at the top of the skills we need, I will choose a woman to lead at least 90% of the time. Oh, we men have our roles. We just need to relinquish the control over to women. And we get the incredible opportunity to support them in their leadership, just like they have supported us for about 3 million years. The very survival of our species on planet Earth could depend on it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I got a perfectly awful comment on YouTube, and it really stung. Of course, I know intellectually that reading comments and reviews are lampposts on the pathway to hell. Nevertheless, it fascinates me how sticky a negative comment is in comparison to a positive comment. Why does it hold so much power? And since I cannot unsee the comment, what do? Well, since I've proven that I cannot not think of something, when my mind drifts back to the comment, I must volitionally direct my thinking, like herding sheep, into something constructive and know the sting will abate. And when I find myself in that spiral, I remind myself that what other people think of me is none of my business. What I think of me, that is my business. See you soon. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. I've been having a challenge staying in today. I find myself drifting in and out of the present moment. I get into the past with the regrets, or I drift into the future to worry about what could happen and not wanting to face a project that is bigger or more complex than I had initially envisioned. Or sometimes I'm just being a 74-year-old whiny baby. I don't wanna. So what can I do? How about some self-talk? Dennis, you can only heal the past in the present moment. Admit your mistakes, make amends, and move forward. As for tomorrow, your job is only the footwork. The results are not and have never been up to you. Phew, I feel better. Thank you, precious lights, for attending my self-therapy session. See you soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Those of you who watched the last episode saw me enact the adage, dance like nobody's watching. And I did that. It felt freeing to prance about my office doing my parody of the minuet, committing to the joke of transposing 2 letters in the word minute. That's one thing I am proud of in my attempts at humor, commitment. In my house, when my attempts at humor fall short of witty, we call it humor for one. If you have followed some of my 1 Minute with Dennis episodes, you have certainly observed my attempts at being funny. I hope some of them succeeded, and others we can all agree were humor for one. Nevertheless, I follow the comedian's dictum to pick myself up, dust myself off, and start all over again. Thanks for watching. See y'all soon. Hey everyone, welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Last night, Melissa helped me to rearrange the set for 1 Minute with Dennis and reasonably spontaneous conversations to come. And so we made a little nook over here, with the coffee cup, buzzwords, and the hat, and then of course John Theophanus's wonderful painting, and over here we have Sandy Coffin's watercolor, and we have a script. Oh, it's lovely, don't you think? Well, I still have some work to do. Need a hammer. Huh. Well, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer about freedom. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. It's about 3:41 a.m. and I cannot sleep. But it's technically the very next day. So I can do 1 minute with Dennis. That way I can get it out of the way because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be more coherent later in the day. And as the clock ticks on, I'm going to be wondering, oh, I have 1 minute to do. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Well, that can just be about me being real. This is who I am when I, for whatever reason, in whatever time, cannot sleep. But my attitude, that I do have some control over. And so I'm going to keep it there and I'm going to say, thank you for being here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Have you been checking out the incredible advances that have been in AI and art? You can just speak words into a program and it will create an amazing picture. And it's only going to get more mind-boggling as we continue to integrate AI into our lives. So an idea came to me. When I die, if anyone wants this carcass, have at it. Slice, dice, feed it to the worms, whatever leaves the smallest carbon footprint. Actually, I'd love to have a green burial, even just to be picked over by the animals and digested by bacteria and such. Since my body won't be worth much to science, perhaps AI would have use for another part of me, my personality. Yep, I want to give my personality to science. And in the next 1 minute with Dennis, I'll tell you just how it might work. Welcome to another episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. In my last installment, I told you how I wanted to give my personality to science. There are such advances in AI and art. Just putting word prompts into the AI system scours the internet and gives you back astounding original art. Google it. Blow your mind. AI is now moving into video. You've all seen the deep fakes. That's AI. So my idea is to take advantage of Facebook, which is the platform I use for these episodes, and give my personality to Mark Zuckerberg. Some people say he could use one. Okay, Mark, I know that was mean. And please don't hold it against me because I really think I would be a great beta model for the Metaverse AI Virtual Humanoid Project. And I will give you more details in my next segment. Welcome to part 3 of my 1 Minute with Dennis, where I am donating my personality to Mark Zuckerberg and the Metaverse, who host these episodes, in order to collaborate with their AI to create Digital Dennis. I hereby bequeath all my 1 Minute with Dennis's, as well as the hundreds of hours of video interviews and my side of the video calls, Skypes, Zooms, etc., that I'm sure exists somewhere in the cloud. AI could sample it all, come up with a very credible digital Dennis, taking all my best qualities, enthusiasm, deep curiosity, genuine interest, and leave all my judgmentalism, snobbery, and grammar correcting and those other annoyances, wins all around. And while I'm still on the planet, I will gladly participate in building the personality so that digital Dennis would be as authentic as possible. Now that would be my version of immortality. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 1 Minute with Dennis. Over these episodes, I've spoken quite a bit about the experience of being an old man of 74 plus years. I know how fortunate I've been in my life to be a white male who's experienced privilege at nearly every turn, and I'm not diminishing the fact that I have worked hard. It's just that when I knocked on the doors of opportunity, I was usually given an audition, if not an outright chance to prove myself when others didn't even get in the door. So, in these last years, I want to continue to live with some security, to practice and polish my art of interviewing and performing, and to encourage others and help level the playing field for those who have not been as fortunate as I have. And then I shall dance off this plane of existence feeling I had a life well lived. Hi, everyone, and welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. Today, I made my first sojourn to a public gathering outside and unmasked for the first time in more than 2.5 years. It was the Chalk Walk in Round Rock, Texas, just a few miles from home. It was a gorgeous day, and the art was resplendent with a beautiful array of styles and themes. It was so inspiring to see that coming out of this pandemic, we are reconnecting with one another, sharing our artistry, ephemeral as chalk on pavement is, imprinted and uplifting our consciousness of everyone. It was soul cleansing to walk among these artists and art appreciators alike, reminding me that we are here on the planet to uplift and inspire one another and not just kvetch and doomsay and play the victim. We are not victims. We are citizens on this beautiful blue marble, and I am proud to be here with you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. I need y'all's help. Crowdsourcing. We all know the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? Well, I believe the internet has shortened it to 4 degrees or less, and I need your help to prove it. In 1978, on the premiere of Reasonably Spontaneous Conversation in Los Angeles, my guest was iconic comedy legend Lotus Weinstock. After the show, Lotus said she had a friend who would be perfect for the show, Whoopi Goldberg, and she gave me her telephone number. I lost it. Epic fail. So, you know someone who knows Whoopi Goldberg. Please tell her that Lotus Weinstock wanted her on RSC. Help me clean up my karmic debt of misplacing Whoopi Goldberg's telephone number and see if she will allow me a do-over. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the antepenultimate episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. When I began this series on July the 5th, 2022, I didn't plan forward. I had no idea what I was going to do. And if you watched the premiere, you certainly saw that I succeeded in that. Then, each day since, I recorded an episode. I wrote most episodes on the day they were published, except for the multi-parters, trying to keep it as fresh as possible and me as real as possible. I continually applied the dictum from Elizabeth Gilbert: done is better than good. I learned and relearned many things about myself and creativity during these last 98 days. For one, if I have an idea for 1 minute with Dennis, I must write it down immediately. No matter how wonderful and memorable the idea is, when it occurs to me, when I sit down to actually record, it will have vanished in the haze. I wonder what I'm going to say tomorrow. Hi, everyone, and welcome to 1 Minute with Dennis. I'm doing 100 episodes in this particular series, and I've so enjoyed the journey. I've learned a lot about myself, as every person who does 100 days of songwriting or 100 days of poetry always says the same thing. I did every episode in one continuous take with no edits, sometimes from notes, other times I did them with a teleprompter like this. I did notice for most of the episodes that they were just as entertaining with the sound off as they were with the sound on. Didn't know quite how to take that realization, but then I decided I'm just going to polish that turd and take it in the loveliest way possible. I average about 30 minutes per episode from concept to uploading, so that means I've spent about 49 and a half hours on this sojourn, and I so appreciate every minute that you've watched. Welcome to the 100th episode of 1 Minute with Dennis. It just felt right to stop and feel the experience of doing something that I've never done before. I've received such lovely encouragement along the way from those of you who watched so many of the episodes and left likes or comments. I've read every one and appreciated your taking the time to encourage me. How gracious of you to give your precious non-fungible time to be with me for these minutes. I'm deeply touched, and I will use my lessons learned and awarenesses in the next series of performance art pieces. As Rod Serling used to say, I will offer for your consideration. For now, I exit with an invocation from the Queen. Your Majesty,
We will meet again.
and we shall.